ARESxGOD here, and we have to talk about Spy Family. Now, I really think this was one of the best episodes we have had in the entire series so far. We have had quite a few of them that have been really good, but I feel like this dealt with some of the more serious things into this, even though it had quite a few misunderstandings and such. I really like the emotions from this episode, especially from your side, and also the second half with Anya and Becky. We had a surprise cameo appearance from Inspector Gadget, or Loid kind of has his own impromptu disguise and he becomes Inspector Gadget. This was such a fun and also wholesome and emotional episode, so let's get into it and talk about it. Now, if you guys remember from previous episodes and throughout this entire season, especially ever since Fiona showed up, Yor has been dealing with quite a lot internally. I've been mentioning this also in my previous videos. As this complex, she's not doing enough, she's not good enough, worried about Loid tossing her aside, always lost in thoughts. As a matter of fact, this was how the previous episode also ended, and this was kind of the climax of that, or the conclusion of what she was dealing through with here, and I really liked it quite a lot. And of course, it was really funny and serious at the same time, even with the way the episode started. She was so lost in thought, she actually walked into a lamppost directly. She didn't even realize that she was like so deep in thought. And also, we had Loid in the background while the neighbor started gossiping, saying Loid apparently cheated on her. Rumors spread, like, you know how it works. They just went as wildfire, and I really liked Loid's face he made when he overheard all of that. And this is emergency family meeting, we're gonna have to deal with this. Now, back home, we had Anya playing with Frankie and him being bribed by Loid to stay with her so he can go and talk with Yor. And Anya's was really having quite a lot of fun there. Now, this is where it gets a bit more serious. They finally go out for drinks. It felt like a serious moment was going to happen there, but Yor has this overthinking thing she does quite a lot, imagining scenarios, anxiety. I'm also guilty of this, even in real life. I do this to myself also quite a lot. I always jump to conclusions sometimes. I overthink things. I give this anxiety to myself without even wanting, not realize. I know it's not good, it doesn't help, but it's something I do without meaning to do it. So I totally understood how she was doing that, all of the scenarios being dumped there, tossed aside for Fiona. Now, this is where she tried to have a conversation with Loid, but she couldn't get the words out. Like, I'm sure most of you have had this happen when you want to say something, but you just can't do it. Even though it's anime, there are some things that you can relate to a personal level. Of course, not your strength, physical strength, but some of the emotions here. Now, Loid was trying to explain to her that Fiona is just a co-worker, which is technically not a lie. She's a co-worker, but not just at the hospital. Which again, I hope at some point everybody's gonna know what they do in the background. I've said it quite a lot of times, but that's probably way into the future. And this is where Yor gets some liquid courage. And I've missed drunk. She chugged all of the drinks there. And she started slobbering her words, talking basically gibberish, just who is this woman? I can't do it justice. Your drunk is so cute. This is where we had a few misunderstandings. Loid thought that Yor was jealous of him, which there might be some truth there. I don't, maybe I'm just overthinking things also, but I feel like Yor maybe at some point is gonna develop actual feelings for Loid. We'll have to see. Him also maybe at some point, but this is just me wishful thinking. I would love for them to actually be together, but for now he went into his gigolo spy mode, thinking he's gonna have to honey trap her there, but he made a mistake there. And I really like that racing heart meter they did there. As much he was pushing there, the meter was rising for Yor, and he actually confesses saying, "Let's marry for real." He thought he was gonna lose her. And I think he got sent to a different dimension there with that kick. She kicked him, you know her reactions. She did it to him, she did it to her brother, the kick. And I actually thought Loid died there. We have the angel music in the background, the slow motion him on the back. Like a Bardock moment in DBZ when Bardock died, that's the image I saw there. So Loid died. This is the end of the series, no more. Yor is gonna be a single mother. But no, he survives and he does it in style, kind of recovers there with a backflip. And after the backflip, nothing happened, didn't phase him at all, even though he was barely standing up. Leaning back and forth over there, being super confused. Wait, what happened? Like, I think his brain had some issues there. Dizzy, and he finally faints, falling back. So Yor wins by knockout. Now, after this was a really nice moment, because we get some more insight into Loid's background, his past. We see a flashback with a song starting to sing there, and apparently it was his mother singing him a lullaby. He always loved his mother, and I hope at some point we're gonna get more flashbacks or an episode dedicated to his past. And even the comment he made there, they were being bombed, so he lived into a war zone. This kind of explains quite a lot how he's so determined to keep the peace. And he wakes up in Yor's lap with her singing the same song, and I'm a bit jealous there, waking up in Yor's lap. Must be nice, Loid, must be nice. But that was such a nice, wholesome moment, especially after Yor almost killed him, to say the least. And he woke up very, very shocked and even dumbfounded that he was knocked out. This is the first time it has happened since his instructor got serious, which makes me curious. Who was his instructor? Are we ever gonna see his instructor at some point? But this is even more affirmed that Yor is probably the strongest character we have seen in the series by a mile, to say the least. Now, this is where he finally tells her the flashback with him loving his mother when their background there a bit, and has a proper conversation, at least from his side, and you're understanding a bit, and thanking to her, especially what she has been doing with Anya. Thanks to her, Anya has been able to be happy, be a kid, which matters quite a lot, and that he's not gonna replace her with Fiona, praising her and saying he's gonna be Anya's mother even more moving forward. And there's no way Fiona's gonna be mother material. Even Loid admitting that. So Fiona kind of got rejected twice, not mother, not wife. Hopefully we're gonna see more Fiona at some point in the future. Like I said, previous episodes, I liked her quite a lot, and I'm sure she wants her revenge after losing that tennis match. But this was such a nice moment between them, the jokes, the serious things we had there. And I think Anya has a point. It cuts off to Anya, and I just lost it. I was laughing so much at that scene. She said, "Mama and Papa are late. They must be shacking off somewhere." Okay, where did you learn that? But in her cutesy voice, such innocence Anya has, and saying something like that just made me burst out of laughing so much. Now, even Frankie asking her, "Do you like your parents?" and she says she loves them. So Anya is very, very attached to both of them at this point. Would probably break her if they actually got apart, or if something happened to them, which it's probably not gonna happen to them, but just shows how much Anya has come to care for both of them. And this is where we have the Inspector Gadget moment with Yor and Loid coming home. And Loid has this ball sack on his chin, or at least one ball, his left nut. It's swollen so much. He really looks like Inspector Gadget. But yeah, and even Yor admitting, saying she likes the family quite a lot and she doesn't want to let go of this life they have built here together, which just makes me, I hope at some point, this way I haven't said it on the podcast or here, I hope at some point we're gonna have them, everybody knowing what they do, who they are, and actually be as a family and wanting to protect Anya together, with Loid knowing that Yor is an assassin, or Yor knowing that Loid is a spy, and them knowing about Anya also, and her finally being able to be honest with them and with herself. But maybe that's far off into the future. But next morning we have Yor forgetting literally everything. She gets blacked out drunk, and they had to redo the conversation, which was a good point. I really like this scene quite a lot, with them having the proper conversation, especially when Yor was awake and not drunk. Even though the drunk Yor moment was fun, at least she doesn't have to worry that much anymore with Fiona and everything that happened. This was pretty much the first half of the episode. The second half dealt more with Anya and her friendship with Becky, which I liked quite a lot. And also something for next week, parents meeting. That's probably gonna be in the next episode. I think we have 1 or 2 episodes left, if I remember correctly. And Anya also focusing on her mission and just mixing words. I always like Anya's speech, trying to complete the mission with Damien. And Loid still has his bad rep in school, so that didn't went away. The kid, at least, still remember him as a criminal. Now, this is where Becky's misunderstanding that Anya has a crush on Damon comes into play. And I think it brought them together, honestly. That misunderstanding did quite a lot for both of them. He wants to help Anya look better for Damien, and they go shopping, and that was such a fun moment between them. And of course, Becky wanted to see Loid also. We know she has a massive crush on Loid. And I don't even know what Becky is. She's super rich, not just normal rich, she's extra rich, like a king and a queen, so to say. Or how Anya put it, are you some evil mastermind? When she rented the entire department store, we had a nice ensemble of cutesy Anya outfits, punk Anya, all over the place, trying fashion so much, even though she was getting very tired there. And some more setup for the future. Apparently there's gonna be a dorm party at the end of the term. That's gonna be interesting. Becky, of course, went into her own world after she wanted an outfit for herself. Forgot about Anya and Damien. Wanted an outfit for Loid. We have some cutesy shots of her also. And then in the end she ends up buying everything, because that's how you do. And Anya died. So yeah, Loid died at the beginning of the episode. Anya died from shopping. But this was the fun side of the shopping. Now, what came after, I liked it a lot more, honestly. Becky thought that Anya didn't have fun, but Anya had more than enough fun spending time with her friend there. That was a very key moment when she said that, and kind of brought them a bit more together. And then after that, Anya wanted anime merch. She's a weeb. We all know Anya is a weeb. The moment with them wanting that ship mascot, the keychain, to commemorate the meeting they had, the shopping outage, so to say, made Becky a bit emotional, even thinking to what her father said, only having always the best things. And I gotta say, the driver or the butler, Martha, hearing her thoughts made the scene better in a way. seeing how Becky has been brought up, this pampered brat there, especially in the car when they both passed out, sleeping there, being very, very tired. You see the flashback with Becky being this really bratty kid, but slowly she changed for the better, even more after her first day at school. Meeting Anya, she went back home very excited about Anya, always talking about her, and made their friendship even more after this moment. Even the Martha, the driver or butler, being very proud to see them together. That was a fun shopping trip, so to say, brought them very much closer. Even they bought that expensive keychain, and Loid wasn't expecting all of that money for for just a keychain. But now Anya is on more than friendly terms with Becky, even though Loid wanted this for the information and everything. I feel like this is much better for Anya as a kid. Even that moment when you have Anya and Becky smiling off at the school, enjoying themselves, and Damien sees them and blushing quite a lot. So his crush on Anya is getting deeper. So yeah, this was a really fun episode, probably one of my favorites episodes in the entire series. Hope we're gonna get more episodes like this. I liked it quite a lot. So I think we have one or two more episodes. We're gonna see where the series ends. I'm also getting ready to have my top 10 video, top 10 anime series of the years. I'm working on it. Sorry if I'm sounding a bit off. I think I'm coming down with a cold or something. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Also, make sure you check out the podcast, Because Anime. You can find it everywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Anchor, and everything. All of that. Me and Oldish started this or revamp his old podcast and started this new one. We're having a lot of fun with it. Episode 2 is out. Episode 3 should be out Wednesday. Make sure you check it out. And I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.